Well, what do we think this is? Take a guess below. I know you haven't seen me in a while, but I'm just looking really bad because I've lost so much weight, but I promise you will see me very soon. So guess what this could be? I wanted to do the sun, but I'm parked here. I'm going to look for a beater. You know, when you bake, beat, I think it's a beater, because mine gave out. So I was going to do the sun, but then I parked where you can't see it because it sets earlier. It's so odd to see people walking around, with masks. It's so, out there. But on a good note, I got my specimen to the lab. I talked to the one doctor today, telemedicine, and I hope I get some answers. I hope I have something that's easily curable. Sadly, it will probably be with a pill. Or if it's nothing, then I'm going to need a colonoscopy, and that won't be fun. But what are you going to do? So if you can keep me in your prayers, it's something curable with a pill that I don't have to do that. So anyhow, didn't write down, but I knew exactly what I was going to say. Oh yeah. Do you ever hear people say that people have triggers? And I never could quite understand that. And now I do. I'm watching this soap opera. Maybe you watch it. Maybe you can guess the soap opera too. It's crooked. Sorry. Oh no, I think the things are crooked on there. Yep. Maybe. Anyhow, so I'm watching the soap opera, and this man's father is dying from Alzheimer's. Well, I don't know if you die from Alzheimer's. Maybe you do. I hope this isn't a trigger for somebody. But I wanted to let you know how I finally understand what a trigger is. So anyhow, the man has stopped eating, and they're giving him palliative care. They give him oxygen, and they're starting him on a morphine drip. Now, mind you, this is a soap opera. So maybe I should have said trigger warning. Maybe I'll put it in the thing. No, I don't think you could put trigger because then the bots will think it's something bad. I don't know. Anyhow, on with my story. So anyhow, they're having the family members come in and, say their goodbyes and thank them for everything. There's a son, the daughter-in-law, the grandson, friends, so on and so forth. And then one guy who says, don't worry, I'll take care of your family. And every time the guy who's, playing the part of the person who's dying, you could see he looks sober, which does happen when people die. They say people hang on. That's what I learned in nursing school. They hang on when they're waiting for somebody. So someone's looking at me like, wow, she's talking to herself in the car. It's okay. They do that. Like I said in one of my videos, my aunt who was dying in Toronto, she was waiting for her sister, my aunt who raised me, to come, and I was supposed to come. We were there the day before, and they said that it's coming soon. She doesn't have much time, and I had to take this one nursing exam. I could not take it, and I had, at that time, I think I had my 5 kids. One was a year and a half old. So we were all there with the 5 kids. It was a Catholic hospital. There were sisters there. They were very kind. I said, what should I do, sister? I have to take this test or I won't qualify for a scholarship. But I don't want to leave my aunt alone, the one whose sister was dying. She said, dear, you must go do what you have to do. And so I went. We left. We stayed till 2 a.m. I don't remember. And oh yeah, I know. I was going to say, what happened to my kids when we got home? That's right. So I put the kids on the bus. I took my 1.5-year-old with me to school, college. I took my exam. And then I already had it arranged that, I was going to pick up the kids early, so we're going to go right back to Toronto, which is about a 4-hour drive for us. Barring traffic, we would get in traffic, it would be real bad. Okay, so I got everything set, and I thought I would call first, just to make sure. So I called Toronto, the hospital, and the nurse was in the room, and I could hear my aunt who was raising me was yelling and screaming and please don't go, I love you and all that. And it was breaking my heart, and I just knew the end was near. So the nurse slash sister, nun, said, would you like to talk to your aunt, you know, the one who was dying? Any of them? I says, yes. So they put me on the phone. And they say people can hear you even at the end, or they want to believe they can hear you. So I said to her, you know, who I am, I love you, and I'll take care of my cousin, who was like a brother to me, and she had pancreatic cancer. And I said, I know your sister's very upset, my aunt, who was my mother, she raised me, she's like my mother. I said, I know she's scared, but I said, it's okay. It's okay to go. It's okay to be with your husband. I will be there for your sister. I will take care of her. And I literally just got those words out, and she passed. So anyhow, how did I get to there from what I was saying? Sorry, went off kilter. So anyhow, back to the story. I don't know how I went there from here. But anyhow, so my dad always would flaunt his girlfriends in front of me. He didn't raise me. He'd come around and, oh, how do you like this girlfriend, that? And he's always would brag, you know. He was trying to quit smoking, and he gave me $10 for each cigarette he smoked. He took me to every bowling alley that had bars in it and smoking, and I'm surprised they even lived. He drank, he smoked, whatever. So I always thought he didn't really love me, because I was a person, even back when I was a little child, money didn't buy love. Ironically, my second husband's mother bought his love with money, and he's buying our two older children's love with money. And I think that's horrible, and I know many people who are bought. And that's not real love. That is not love. Yes, it helps. If someone gave me money to fix my mouth so I could eat again, oh my gosh, yes, it would bring me happiness. Money does change things, because, you know, in January it'll be 2 years. But for love, love is what's inside. So anyhow, I felt my father never loved me. It's like we went shopping, and which one, Daddy? Which one do you like? Oh, get them all. You know, he had all the money in the world. He was very good with money. He worked at a place called Kodak that used to be flourishing back then. But anyhow, so like I say, prance his girlfriends in front of me, like, you know, I don't know. So when I told the story. I wish I knew the video name. You could go back and look. You can look through my video. So I was told to come to hospice, and long story short, my father was going to leave me a lot of money, which in this case, I would have been able to be in a better place right now. But anyhow, my rich aunt and uncle stole it from him, basically. You can listen to the video. I don't want to rehash that. The point of my story is, so I was there with him for 12 hours. My older kids were there. They met me there. They said their goodbyes. And my rich aunt and uncle stole his money, my inheritance, which was $250,000. I believe that's what it was. Don't even say get a lawyer, got a lawyer. These people are so filthy rich. They connive their way that it made it look like he gave it to them. So they're the most rotten people alive. So they left, and I'm there, and the next thing, my daughter had to go into the hospital inpatient to do EEG to see if she had seizure disorder like Polly does. So I think I had an accident the day before that day. I don't remember, car accident. But anyhow, so I'm there with my father, and the nurse is like, where's his sister? I said, she's out spending my inheritance. She's like, what? I said, long story, you don't need to know. So I'm standing there with my father and thinking, and ironically, I could see out of his hospice window Kodak, where he used to work, the place he hated with a passion, but yet that helped him buy his 12 or 27 cars by cash. I don't remember. It's in the story that I told. But anyhow, so I'm looking at the place he hated that bought him the cars. He wanted everything cash. He never had a credit card. All the clothes he bought me, the love he thought he was buying from me, the girlfriend, whatever. I said to him, Dad, I don't know why you didn't love me, but that's okay. I still loved you. And always remember that. I love you, and I am here at the end. Your sister, your brother-in-law, they're not here. And I'm here. I love you, Dad, and I forgive you. So basically, I was there for 12 hours. So he didn't die when I was there. I had to leave at midnight, so I had to get everything ready for Polly's father to take care of him, and I had to go in the hospital with our daughter. So they had my phone number. So by the time I got to my car in the garage, which was about 5 minutes or less, I get a call. He died. So basically that was his last hurrah. He wasn't going to die when I was there with him. But anyhow, back to the story about the soap opera. So I started thinking, I started crying when I was watching the show, but I cry. I always cry at things like that. I cry when I sing at church, for Pete's sake. I'm a crier. I've always been. I have a soft heart. So anyhow, I started thinking, my father did care about me. Because, well, when I was 16, you can listen to that story about the car. He bought me a car, but he ripped me off. But I won't go into that. But anyhow, when I was going to my senior ball, I had my car that he bought me. And he went and took it to the car wash and got it washed. And he polished it. He filled it up with gas. He changed the oil. He did everything. For my senior ball, knowing I was going with a guy who turned out to be a man, much older than me, my first husband, he left some money in the car. Then when I ended up marrying this guy, we came back and he got us some furniture and he gave us money. We got married in Arizona, but he gave us money. So my father did care, not the money part that he gave us, but what he did by taking my car and washing it, cleaning the inside, I guess it's called detailing, I don't know, waxed it, put gas in the car, changed oil, and left money in the car for me. He did love me, and I didn't realize it till I watched that show when, how in soap operas they make everything dramatic, how they were saying thank you, and the son was saying he wasn't a good son, and he said, you were a good dad, even though he knew he wasn't. He says, you weren't, but you were to me, and now then I had time to make it up to you. And I wish I had time to realize before my dad died that he did love me. I wish I could have said to him, in your own weirded out way, you did love me. But it brought me peace. So this week on my show, this man is dying, and I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it because I'm going to cry because I have a soft heart. And when I cry, my sinus, where the dentist ruined my sinus, gets all stuffed. I've been stuffed lately. I'm talking funny again. Been having a sinus headache, not to mention my gut is so out of control. But anyhow, so I wanted to let you know, if you have relationships and they're not going good, try to think really hard. Because in life, I want to not have any regrets, and I do regret that I didn't realize until watching that soap opera, my father did love me. Yes, he showed it in a weird way by money. Maybe he was showing off his girlfriend just to, I don't know. To me, it felt like he was prancing them around, taking them out on my visitation day. But, I don't know what was going on in his head. But when it counted, he was there. When I came home from Arizona, I flew home with my mom. My mom is my aunt, so we'll call her my aunt. She flew back with the baby and me, who was 6 months old. My husband at the time was driving back. My dad picked us up. My dad was there. My dad really did love me. And I didn't realize till yesterday watching a soap opera. Can you imagine that? So if you've got relationships that you feel someone doesn't love you or they're not where you want them to be, take time and try to heal them and make peace. Because, to live like this at first, I felt horrible. But, it's okay. Because I did tell my father I forgave him. I loved him. He wanted to give me the last hurrah, Maybe he didn't know how to love. Maybe he only knew how to care. But I feel in my heart, those are signs of love. Those tiny little things like getting my car ready for my senior ball. Being there, picking us up at the airport, seeing his first grandchild. So he did love me. So out of bad comes good. That's a saying, Dumb saying, but true. So anyhow, don't forget what this is, what I'm in front of. Share your story if you have any. Share any prayer requests. If you can pray for me that my results don't come back as anything horrible. I don't even want to say the word. I've lost more and more weight. I'm just sick as a dog. My lower half of my stomach, I know it's TMI, but it's terrible. So anyhow, I'm going to go to the grocery store after this to get some Gatorade because I'm very dehydrated. After I go and hope I get a beater here, and then I hopefully can mold this. So for now, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I promise you'll be able to see my face. If you're new, I'm just going through a hard time. My son is too with his health, and so am I. But you'll be seeing me, I promise. Thank you. Just hold on. Please don't unsubscribe. We're trying to get to 1,100 subscribers. Please help us share. Sharing is caring. Don't forget to pay it forward. It feels good in your heart, Polly's heart, and my heart. Don't forget to help a friend, call a friend, be a friend. I hope you're all doing good. And just let me know how you're all doing. So for now, I hope this finds you all well. Bye.